All right, folks, it's my Saturday prediction, and yes, I know it's Sunday. I kind of forgot. Thanks for the email to remind me. Thanks for looking forward to some of my predictions. Okay, guys, it's not really a prediction because it's something we had actually been very vocal about on the channel. And there was a article today by True North that kind of provoked me to make this video. So there it is, right there, in a nutshell. Canada on path to communism. That's what I put there. But the article reads, taxpayers paying $30 billion more for government workers, PBO report. So there it is right there. If you want to read the entire article, you go to True North and check it out. And what have we been saying on here? Canadian economy too dependent on public sector jobs. Nearly 9 out of 10 jobs created in 2021. So the Canadian government is going towards going off the private sector into the public sector. Private versus public sector jobs. Canadian interest rates were raised on junk employment data 5 years ago. Massive rise in unprovoked murders and attacks. It's going to get worse as the public sector crumbles. Fake Canadian job growth. Public sector does not count. Mom and pops to be taxed to death 3 years ago. So we've been over 50% of department stores and malls predicted to close by 2021. So this is something we've been on the channel here, on our little time machine there. And I've been very adamant about this. I've been really trying to get this word out. Because the town I live in, it's very interesting. It's pretty much 80% government. Whether it's a federal level, whether it's in a provincial level, or it's in a municipal level. It's all government. And there's anything that's in the private sector is getting some sort of either contract work through government subsidies for contract labor work through city or province, whatnot. There's very little to no public sector, private sector anymore. And it's getting a lot worse, and I think it's going to get... So here's my prediction. By 2025, Canada as a whole will be 60% public sector, and by 2030, it will be 80 to 85% public sector by 2030. That's my prediction right there. That's what I believe is going to happen. They're going to be forcing out... the European expansion is dead. I'm like the end of the... my generation that came to Canada in the 80s from Portugal or whatever, the whole European expansion thing in Canada is dead. And it's moving forward towards like this socialist mix of communism, right? And we're coasting into, like we said on Mike of the Night in 2016, it starts off with, it starts with liberalism, then from liberalism it coasts into socialism, then from socialism it goes into pure communism. It kind of makes its way through that path. It was a 2017 or 2016 Mike of the Night where we went over this and broke it down, and this is where we're headed, unfortunately. And a lot of the people in the public sector have a lot to gain. A lot of them have high 5-figure and low 6-figure incomes. So they could afford the $2-3 million houses we have here in Canada that you could realistically buy in Alabama for 40 grand. So this is the problem we've been facing here in Canada. The public sector is getting too big, and the only way the government could combat the cost of living is just by hiring more and more public sector workers, right? And that's more and more public sector workers. It's not the European expansion that's being hired. Where my dad came here and actually worked and built the Air Canada Centre and worked and built the Skydome. Not us and their generation of kids. We're not part of that. This is bringing in fresh blood to Canada to actually take over the public sector jobs. Our parents and grandparents and great-grandparents came here to build in the first place. But we don't have a position in these places because that's not for us. Anyways, that's my prediction, folks. I strongly believe that the Canada is headed towards that, and they had to create more and more public sector jobs. And then they went front and center on the news. Let me see he made. If I actually... There it is. I referenced the news article I was getting this from. So nearly 9 out of 10 Canadian jobs created in 2020 to 2021 were public sector, says reports. So 90% of all new jobs. So that's where Canada's headed, folks. Guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I really hope you could share this. And I really appreciate the email to remind me of my prediction videos, my Saturday prediction video. Mike Martins here. Oh, also, if you guys don't forget to check us out on Rumble, where we speak freely. And there it is, Rumble, Mike in the Night. So you just type in Mike Martin's channel if you guys want to. And last night's Mike in the Night was really good. We had Linny Poo and we had The Raven on last night's show. Mike in the Night 495. What a great show we had. A lot of good callers. What a beautiful show. So the inside baseball on what's going on, then I recommend checking out Mike in the Night, because we are very limited on what we could say on certain platforms. Mike Martins here. I have spoken.